Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something that honestly goes way beyond your standard science textbook. We are exploring why conservation isn't just a biological concept, but a profound spiritual duty. It's a calling to protect life, not just for us right now, but for generations we haven't even met yet.
So let's kick things off with this incredibly powerful verse. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. I mean, that perfectly sets the stage for our mission today. When we hear the word inheritance, we almost always think of money or property, right? But the absolute greatest inheritance we can possibly leave behind is a thriving, vibrant, healthy planet. It's about treating the Earth as a precious heirloom. We don't own it. We're just taking care of it for the next generation. That is the true heart of what it means to be a steward.
Here is a quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the sacred duty, protectors of the planet, real-world conservation successes, your conservation action plan, and finally, education rooted in morality.
All right, part 1, the sacred duty. Let's talk about protecting our planet.
So what exactly is conservation? Well, at its core, it's all about protecting biodiversity. But why does that matter? It's so the Earth actually stays livable for you, for your kids, and literally all of creation. This is the ultimate future-minded thinking. We aren't just reacting to today's problems, we're actively making sure our home remains a sanctuary of life. Every single living thing matters, and by protecting the amazing variety of plants, animals, and ecosystems, we're directly honoring that call to protect life.
Moving right along to Section 2, Protectors of the Planet. Let's look at who is actually out there taking action right now.
First up, we've got governments. Because they operate on such a massive scale, they can literally draw boundary lines in the sand by creating huge national parks and wildlife reserves. By legally protecting these areas, which actually cover about 15% of the world's land right now, they make sure critical habitats remain totally untouched by destructive development. It's basically a massive sign that says, here, nature comes first.
Now, while governments are setting up those safe zones, scientists are the boots on the ground, doing the actual physical healing. They are out there in the wild, restoring broken habitats and carefully reintroducing endangered species. They're out there solving the complex puzzles of how ecosystems work and figuring out exactly how to bring them back from the brink of collapse.
But, the front lines of conservation are also right where we grow our food. Farmers are incredibly vital protectors of the planet. By practicing sustainable agriculture, they're making sure the soil stays fertile and our water supply stays crystal clean. They work hand in hand with nature, not against it, to make sure the land can keep providing for generations to come.
Section 3, Real-World Conservation Successes. Because we need proof that taking action actually works, right?
It is absolutely true that human intervention can reverse environmental damage. Just look at the magnificent bald eagle. Their populations were totally devastated at one point, but once we took decisive action to ban harmful pesticides, like DDT, which was literally poisoning their environment, and started actively protecting their nests, the eagles made a massive, triumphant comeback. It's living proof that nature can heal, if we just give it a chance.
And this kind of healing is happening underwater too. Scientists are pulling off what is essentially underwater reforestation. First, they identify the damaged coral reefs, then they grow and plant tiny baby corals, and step by step, they help the whole reef regrow. It's painstaking work, but it's absolutely crucial for rescuing marine biodiversity.
But hey, conservation isn't just for remote oceans or massive national parks. It's happening right down the street in our own neighborhoods. All over the globe, everyday volunteers are stepping up to clean local parks, pick up trash, and plant trees. By doing this, they're turning everyday city spaces into beautiful, safe havens where birds and vital pollinators can actually thrive. It proves that nature really can coexist with us, if we just pitch in a little.
Which brings us to Section 4, your Conservation Action Plan. Let's talk about your specific role as a steward.
You can honestly start making an impact today. How? Well, first, just be mindful of your waste. Recycle and reduce wherever you can. Second, try planting some native species in your yard or community garden. Those are the specific plants your local pollinators desperately need. And third, jump in and support those local conservation efforts we were just talking about. Honestly, no effort is too small.
So I want you to take a quick second right now. Think about your own daily habits. What is one specific, concrete thing you can do today to protect biodiversity? Seriously, don't wait for someone else to step up. Real stewardship starts with personal responsibility.
Finally, we have Section 5, Education Rooted in Morality. This is the core Heroesmart Academy philosophy.
Think about it. What's the point of learning all this amazing scientific stuff if we just use it to make choices that hurt the planet? Education without morality ultimately just leads to bad decisions that harm others and the Earth. But education with morality? When we intertwine science with our spiritual duty, it leads straight to responsible stewardship, genuine empathy, and a deep, deep respect for all life.
And that ties perfectly into these incredible promise from Romans 8:6-7. It tells us that keeping your mind spiritual brings real peace of mind. When we align our everyday actions with this sacred duty to care for the Earth, we aren't just saving the planet, we're gaining a profound sense of peace. There's just something incredibly settling about knowing you're doing exactly what you are meant to do.
Well, you've got the knowledge now. You understand the what, the why, and the how. The real question I want to leave you with is this: how will you use the education you've received today to step up as a dedicated steward of our planet? The future of our inheritance is quite literally in your hands. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I challenge you to get out there and protect life today.